All right, let's jump into it today. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Let me see if I can do better with this, with my snack in the way. I have a mess going on in here. All right, so today is just a short stream because I have a PSA to share. All right, I have a PSA, public service announcement. And basically it goes like this, all right? Draw how you like. Whichever way you draw, whichever way you create, draw that way. Do it that way. Just focus on what you like to do. And if along the way you realize there's another way to do something, to create something, then try it that other way also. I have a whole little list of sentences in the description of this video today. But I kind of want to say it in my words. You know, one thing that you see online a lot is influencers telling you, oh, don't do this thing this way. No, don't do that. Do this instead. And as a quick example, I guess I could share my screen. Oops, there it is when they talk about the pen tool. They're like, oh, no, there's some other ways to doing something. and we have these right here. That's it, the curvature tool and all that to do things and help you do stuff, which is fine. However, there's nothing wrong with learning how to use the pen tool and using the pen tool 100% of the time. And this is where I'm going to tell you a little story. When people lose, they change the rules. As a little kid, I remember playing with others. And so when it doesn't even have to be complicated. It could have been just a game of checkers. And then when you beat somebody who's been teaching you or showing you how to do something, they tell you, oh no, that's wrong. That's not how you do that. And I kind of feel that the influencers are doing that. Like they're telling you, no, don't do it that way. That's wrong. Like, how could it be wrong? A lot of these tools that are in Illustrator today and in most apps did not exist 20 years ago. And so if I learned how to do something 20 years ago and it works for me, then I'm glad there's another way that works for you, but doesn't mean that my way is wrong. It's just how I like to draw. So my advice for you today is to learn new ways to create art every day, all the time. And I do follow a lot of channels that show let me see, where did it go? Where is it? That show you things about new tricks for Adobe Illustrator, like this channel here on X is called Inspired by the AI. And so they always have something cool to share. Okay, I watch those. And I learn something new every time I'm watching them. Then, but also don't stop doing it your way. Even if you learn one way of doing something, that's great. But then it's still, if you find that it works best to do it your way, then do it your way. Like he's showing you, okay, here's how to do something, and then they're like telling you, well, don't do it that way, but you already did it. You already did it. There was an example recently. Well, here you go. This is what I was talking about a second ago. There's an example recently where they did this. They did an example, and it took like 2-3 steps. And they're like, don't do it that way. It has a big X. And sometimes you see them on Instagram, and you can see them, the actual artists going like this, and like, no, don't do that. And they make all these facial expressions. And then they show you the way they do it, and there's like 10 extra steps. They're like, yo, I could have been done in 2 steps, but now you're showing me something that takes 10 steps. Why would I do that? So it's good to learn new things, but don't stop doing it your way. And I do appreciate all the influencers for trying to make you feel like you're doing it wrong. I mean, it's everybody has something that they like to do. They learn a particular way. I learned how to use Illustrator a long time ago, and so I have my ways of doing stuff. New people have new ways of doing things. There's a bunch of artists out there who who when they started learning Illustrator or their favorite drawing app, their internet already existed. Digital already existed. There was all these tools already available. And then there's artists like me who we went from traditional to digital. And then there's artists before that who just never touched digital. There's all kinds of ways of doing something. So try it your way. Do it your way. Don't feel like you're being left out. Don't feel like you're doing it wrong. Just try it. And And if you don't know what you're doing, then that's great, because then you get to explore and try new things and see what happens. The only advice that I have for you today after this is to go ahead and make sure that when you're trying a tutorial or a demo, use your own artwork. That way, when you're done with it and you're like, that was a cool nice little tutorial, then you have something that you finished as your work, and now you get to share it and show it off. There it is. That's my PSA for today. It's a quick little short one because I have a long day of other projects to work on. But I will see you next time. Every Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, I stream at 10 a.m. and have something to share. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please join us. Like this guy. Like, don't say no, bro. Like, you already fixed it. It's all good. It's all good. Let people do what they're going to do, how they're going to do things, and it's all right. And Keith says, Daniel, what's gotten you so upset? I want artists to be happy. I want artists to be happy and feel like whatever it is that they do, it's okay to do it that way. That's all. That is it. No one tells you, and I see this with my grandkids all the time, and I don't tell them how to draw a particular thing by using their fingers, a particular thing. I let them explore and try out. Then I say, well, let's move the pencil this way, or let's hold the pencil this way instead of like this. Instead of whatever you're trying to do like this, don't do that. Let's try that. And but I let them try it their way first to see what kind of result they get, and then say, well, let's try it this other way now, and let's try it this way now, and eventually they figure things out that works for them. And that's what I want artists and creatives to go through when it comes to digital art or any kind of art, and especially digital, because a lot of it online has to do with digital art, is try it your way, do something that you enjoy, and if you find some tips along the way, then go ahead and try those. But don't feel like your way is wrong or inadequate. That's it. That's all I got to share with you today. I am DTM, Delta Tango Mike. Like I said, I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 10 a.m. Thank you for everyone for joining me. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, then send them my way, and I will talk about it. All right? We want all of us to grow creatively, explore creativity, learn along the way, and still enjoy art. Some of us become professional artists and get paid to draw, and that's great. But don't forget that we started on this art path because we enjoy it. The worst thing a teacher can do to a student is spare him the same mistakes. Yes, and sometimes, Keith, those mistakes you build on those mistakes, and so we all have to have that experience and that trials along the way. But there's no wrong way of doing art. That's it. That's all. Everything you make is art. All of it. All of it. Some of it may be more. The art may be fitting for a particular project than another project, but it's still art and it's still a joy. Until next time, I am DTM, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace out.